June 2019, Mathematics A, Paper 2H, higher tier. Total marks 100. Without sufficient working, correct answers may be awarded no marks. International GCSE Mathematics, a formula sheet, higher tier. The table shows information about the height in centimeters for 48 sunflowers in a garden center. It's question number 1. Work out an estimate for the mean height of the sunflowers. Midpoint, 90 plus 100 divided by 2, it gives you 95. So 95 is in the middle there. 105 is in the middle there. 115 is in the middle there. 125, 120 plus 130, and then half of that, it gives you 125 is in the middle there. So you find the midpoint. You multiply the midpoint times the frequency, f times x. So 95 times 8 gives you 760. 105 times 12, 1260. 115 times 15, you 1725. After that, you find the total. Add all of them, you get 5,400. You find the total frequency, which is 48. It's also given there at the top. Estimate for the mean height of the sunflowers is a big number divided by the small number. 5,400 divided by 48. It gives you 112.5. Question number 2. Use ruler and compasses to construct the perpendicular bisector of the line DE. You must show all your construction lines. So 2 pairs of intersecting arcs with equal radius, center D and E. So that's the intersecting arc there, and that gives you the perpendicular bisector. And that's how you open the compass. And if you imagine you open the compass, you get, and you open it the other way. So you get 2 circles like that, and then the line in the middle. Question number 3. Question number 3. Explain why A intersection B is equals to an empty set. There are no members that are in both A and B. A has 2, 3, 5, 7. B has 4, 6, 8, 10. There are no numbers which are found in both A and B. So no members in common in A and B. So that's what you can write there. Or you can say nothing is in A, that is in B. No overlap. X is an element of the universal set, and X is not an element of A union B. Write down 2 possible values of X. So that's the universal set. That's A, and that's B. So X is not an element of A union B. So let's remove all the elements in A. I've colored in green. All the elements in A, I've colored them in green. So we remove them. And all the elements of B, I've colored them in pink. We remove them. And what are you left? You're left with 1 and 9. So the answer is 1 and 9. Set C is such that A union B union C is equals to an element of the universal set. A intersection C is 2. So A intersection C is this one there. What is in A and C is 2. B intersection C dash, everything outside C intersection B is 4, 6, and 10. 4, 6, and 10. Because they're all outside C. The things which are all outside C, intersection B. So it's 4, 6, and 10. And then list all the elements of set C. So the elements of set C, 1, 2, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 8, and 9. Question number 4. A cylinder has diameter 14 centimeters and height 20 centimeters. Work out the volume of the cylinder. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Using the formula for volume of a cylinder, pi radius squared times height. Radius would be 7. 14 divided by 2 is 7 for the radius, so 7 squared. Height is 20, and you would get 980 pi, which is 30, 80 to 3 significant figure. If you put a line there, 7 becomes 1, you add it to 8. So 3080, put a line there. Take that, add it there, becomes 8. 3080 to 3 significant figures. Question number 5. George buys and sells books for a living. He buys 120 books for 4 pounds each. He sells half of the books for 5 pounds each. He sells 40% of the books for 7 pounds each. He sells the rest of the books for 8 pounds each. Calculate George's percentage profit. So the cost of 120 books is 120 times 4. 120 books, 4 pounds each. Total cost is 480 pounds to buy it. So the cost is 480 pounds. Half of the books for 5 pounds. So half times 120 is 60. So 60 books at 5 pounds, 60 times 5 is 300 pounds. 40% of the books are 7 pounds. 40 over 100 times 120 gives you 48 books at 7 pounds. So 48 times 7 gives you 336 pounds. So the rest of the books, it would be 120 minus the 60 minus the 48. The rest of the book, there's 12 books left. And those rest of the books are 8 pounds each. So 12 times 8, it gives you 96 pounds. So let's work out the total. 300 pounds plus 336 plus 96, 732 pounds. So the percentage profit is profit over cost times 100. The profit is 732 minus the cost 480. That gives you 252. So 252 divided by, so profit is 252 divided by the cost, which is 480 times 100. It gives you 52.5%. Or you can do 732 over 180 times 100 gives you 152. You minus the cost 100%, which is 52.5%. One book that Josh owns had a value of 15 pounds on the 1st May 2019. The value of this book had increased by 20% in the last year. Find the value of the book on the 1st May 2018. So 100 plus 20%, it gives you 120%. Because that's the increase. So that means 120% is the equivalent to 15 pounds. So what would 100% be? If 120% is 15 pounds, what would 100% be? So we cross multiply 100 times 15 is equals to 120 times x. Times 120 goes to the left, it becomes divided by 120. So x would be 100 times 115 over 120. It's 12 pound 50. So 100% of the book, 12 pound 50. When you get 20% increase, it would be 15 pounds. Question number 6. A, B, C, and D, E, F are similar triangles. Work out the length of DF. So that's AB, DE, AC, DF. So 15 divided by 6 is equal to DF divided by 4.2. So 15 divided by 6 is equal to DF divided by 4.2. So scale factor, larger length divided by smaller length. And to get DF is divided by 4.2 on the right. If you take it to the left, it becomes times 4.2. So 4.2 times 15 over 6, it gives you 10.5. Work out the length of BC. BC is this length. 15 divided by 6 is equal to 19.5 divided by BC. You cross multiply. 15 times BC is equal to 6 times 19.5. Times 15 goes to the right, it becomes divided by 15. So 6 times 19.5 divided by 15, it gives you 7.8. Question number 7. 30 students in the class sat a mathematics test. The mean mark in the test for the 30 students was 26.8. 13 of the 30 students in the class are boys. The mean mark in the test for the boys was 25. Find the mean mark in the test for the girls. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So the total test marks divided by 30 is 26.8. So the total test marks divided by 30 students is equals to 26.8. So divide by 30, you take it to the right, it becomes times 30. So the total test marks is 30 times 26.8, which gives you 804. Total boys marks divided by 13 is equals to 25. So the total boys marks is 13 times 25, which is 325. We know the total marks. We know the total boys marks. We want to find the total girls marks. So we subtract them. 804 minus 325, it gives you 479. So the number of girls, 30 minus 13 is equals to 17. The mean mark in the test for the girls is their total girls marks, 479, divided by the number of girls, which is 17. It gives you 28.17, which is 28.2 to 3 significant figures. Question number 8. Change a speed of x kilometers per hour into a speed in meters per second. Simplify your answer. X kilometers per hour. We multiply by 1,000 because 1,000 meters is equals to 1 kilometer. So multiply by 1,000. We change the hours. We multiply by 60 and by 60. So it gives you 1,000 meters divided by 60 times 60. It gives you 5/18 x meters per second. Question number 9. Solve the simultaneous equations. X plus 2y equals to minus 0.5. 3x minus y equals to 16. Show clear algebraic working. So we double the second equation. You want to make y the same. We want to make these values for y the same. So you times 3 by 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times minus y, and 16 times 2. So you have x plus 2y equals to minus 0.5. 6x minus 2y equals to 32. We notice 2y and 2y are the same. And because it is plus and minus, we add them so that these two will become 0. So 6x plus x is 7x plus 2y plus minus 2y is 0. Minus 0.5 plus 32 is 31.5. So 7x equals to 31.5. X equals to 31.5 divided by 7, which gives you 4.5. When we get x is 4.5, we need to find y. So we take that value for x, substitute it in one of the equations. So I have chosen to substitute that 4.5 into that place for x there. So 3 times 4.5 minus y equals to 16. So 13.5 minus y equals to 16. Minus y goes to the right, it becomes plus y. 16 goes to the left, it becomes minus 16. So 13.5 minus 16 is equals to minus 2.5. So x is 4.5 and y is minus 2.5. Question number 10. The straight line L has gradient 5 and passes through the point with coordinates 0, minus 3. Write down an equation for L. The general formula for straight line is y equals to mx plus c, where m is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. Or you can use this other form, y minus y1 is equals to m bracket x minus x1. X is 0 and y1 is 3, minus 3. So y minus 3 is equals to 5 bracket x minus 0. 5 is the gradient. So minus and minus becomes a plus. So y plus 3 is equals to 5x. Remove the bracket. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 0 is 0. Plus 3 goes to the right. It becomes minus 3. So y equals to 5x minus 3. Part B, the region R shown shaded in the diagram is bounded by 4 straight lines. Write down the inequalities that define R. X is greater than or equals to 0. This is the line x is equal to 0. It's actually the y-axis. And because it's a solid line, we use this one greater than or equals to 0. If it was just greater than, we'll use the dotted line. So x greater than or equals to 0. This other line, x equals to 2, but we want the part which is below it. So we use x is less than or equals to 2. So for the first one, we wanted x greater than or equals to 0. The second one, we want x less than or equals to 2. And the next line, y is equals to 1. We want the part which is above it. So y is greater than or equals to 1. The next line, y is equals to 3. We want the part below it. And that part is y is less than or equals to 3. Now, where do all those 4 lines meet? They meet in that region. So we have x greater than or equal to 0, x less than or equals to 2, y greater than or equals to 1, and y less than or equals to 3. And that is the part you want in the middle. Question number 11. The table gives the average crowd attendance per match for each of the 5 football clubs for one season. Football club average crowd attendance: Monaco, Chelsea, Juventus, Oxford, Barcelona. Find the difference between the average crowd attendance for Barcelona and the average crowd attendance for Monaco. Give your answer in standard form. So Barcelona is 7.7 times 10 to the 4. And Monaco, 9.5 times 10 to the 3. Use your calculator, and that gives you 6.75 times 10 to the 4. Antonio says the average crowd attendance for Chelsea is approximately 50 times that for Oxford United. Is Antonio correct? You must give a reason for your answer. So we have 8.3 times 10 to the 3 times 50. That gives you 415,000, or 4.15 times 10 to the 5. And if we do 4.2 times 10 to the 4, that's for Chelsea, divided by 50, it gives you 8.4 times 10 squared. So the answer is no. During the last season, the cost of a ticket to watch Cyprian United increased by 15% and then decreased by 8%. Work out the overall percentage change in the cost of a ticket to watch Cyprian United during last season. 15% is equals to 1.15. You add 100, 15 plus 100, and you divide by 100. 8% is 0.92. 100 minus 8 is 92. And you divide by 100. 92 divided by 100 is 0.92. So you multiply the two together, 1.15 times 0.92. It gives you 1.058. Multiply 1.058 times 100%, it gives you 105%. You subtract 100, it gives you 5.8%. Question number 12. Question number 12. ABCD is a trapezium. Calculate the perimeter of the trapezium. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So we want to find AB plus BC plus CD plus AD. So tangent of 43 degrees is opposite over adjacent. 16.7 there, 16.7 there, they're the same. Opposite is 16.7, adjacent is ED, which is what we want to find. So we rearrange it. ED goes to the left, and we divide by tan 43. 16.7 divided by tan 43, it gives you 17.9. We are using the formula in SOHCAHTOA, and we are using tangent. So we use that angle, so that's the opposite and that's the adjacent. So we use O and A. CD, which is the hypotenuse of that triangle, is given by 16.7 divided by sine 43. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. So CD is 24.48. So the perimeter is to add all of them. 16.7 plus 21.2 plus 24.4, 24.5 plus 17.9. It gives you a total of 101.495. And to 3 significant figures, it will be 102. Question number 13. The table gives information about the times taken in minutes for 80 taxi journeys. Complete the cumulative frequency table. We start with 7, After that, 7 plus 10, it gives you 17. After that, 17 plus 12, 29. 29 plus 19, 48. 48 plus 18, 66. And 66 plus 14 is 80. So you start by adding 7 plus 10, get 17, and so on. On the grid opposite, draw a cumulative frequency graph for your table. So we mark the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get them from the table and you join it with the curve. Use your graph to find an estimate for the median. The middle is 40 because it goes to 80, 0, 40, 80. The middle is 40. So you draw that green line, come down, and the median is 17. Use your graph to find an estimate for the interquartile range. The middle of 0 and 40 is 20. So you draw the line and you get 12 for the lower quarter. The middle of 40 and 80 is 60. And you come down, you will get 23 for the upper quarter. Interquartile range is given by the upper quartile, take away the lower quarter. So 23 take away 12. 23 take away 12 is 11. Question number 14. Here are two vectors. Find the magnitude of AC. AC is given by OC minus OA. The second one minus the first one. And AB is given by OB minus OA. The second one minus the first one. CB is given by OB minus OC. So 6 minus 9, which is AB, minus 1, 3, which is CB, will gives you 5 minus 12. 6 minus 1 is equals to 5. Minus 9 minus 3 is minus 12. Since we want the magnitude, we will do 5 squared plus minus 12 squared. Square root gives you 13. Question number 15. Make X the subject of the formula. Squaring both sides to get a correct equation. So if we square the left side and square the right side, this square root on the right side would cancel with that. So you have y squared is equals to 3x minus 2 over x plus 1. Multiplying the denominator and expanding the bracket. So you cross multiply. Y squared times x plus 1 is equals to 3x minus 2 times 1. Remove the bracket. Y squared times x gives you y squared x. Y squared times 1 gives you y squared. We put all the ones with x, collect like terms, all the ones with x on the left. So 3x goes to the left, it becomes minus 3x. And y squared goes to the right, it becomes minus y squared. So we have y squared x minus 3x is equals to minus 2 minus y squared. So we have all the x on the left. Factorize, x is common. So we take x out of the bracket and you left with y squared minus 3 equals to minus 2 minus y squared. This is x times that. So you divide by y squared minus 3. So x would become minus 2 minus y squared over y squared minus 3. Or you can write it as, if you multiply everything by minus 1, this would become plus 2 plus y squared over 3 minus y squared. Because if you times by minus 1, times by minus 1, times by minus 1, times by minus 1,